You did not restore it to its new condition, though, correct?
No, we didn't. So sympathetic restoration, we call it, is something that we specialize in. And that's trying to do things that can be undone. So we don't do any more than has to be done to get something working effectively. And then we try to do things that can be undone if someone wanted to put it back into its original state again. So the bezel that was missing, we replaced. It can be removed. Actually, I posted about it online and someone got in touch with me to say that they'd recreated, engineered some of these examples of the bezels. It's very specialised. It's the bit that you use to calculate the longitude. It rotates and it's numbered. And so very kindly sent us one of those. Only it was brand new, so I put it in a box of metal files. This is one of my tricks to rapidly age something, and shook it around in a box of metal files to put all dents and scratches and marks back in it. We didn't repair all of the dents and marks out of the case, so that still looks like it survived an air crash. And the dial, weirdly, it was the only thing he didn't know why this damage had occurred, but the Movado written across the dial had been very carefully scratched out with what looks like it might have been a pin to just leave the V in the middle. So something that was very clearly intentional, but no explanation as to why. And it was theorised perhaps it could have been the Victory V, which I've made famous by Winston Churchill with the V for Victory. But we don't know. And that was all left original. We didn't restore the dial. It still looks completely as it would have done. And the original owner would have recognised it.
Yeah, I'm not sure it is easily checked. I'm not sure when Churchill first started using V for Victory. I'd be interesting if it was before Dunkirk, but he certainly used it more frequently after.
Yeah.
And the chunks, I'm curious, there were chunks out of the case. If he had wanted it restored to look brand new, could you have done that?
Oh, yeah. So these days, modern technology sometimes is really useful in what we do, and even we have to incorporate it. So lasering, you could have laser filled with steel to fill all the gaps, and you could have finished it back so it looked virtually new, but that's not the way it would have been remembered. And obviously this was something that was so important to his family, and I think the fact that they had both survived and obviously we'd gone on to win the war was something that was really important, and the connection that the original owner had with this watch and that had been passed on to his son. So I think the V for Victory thing, if that was what it was, would have been done obviously after the war as part of the celebration that we've all survived and we are victorious. And now this watch is a literal living piece of history of well, not literally, but a piece of history that kind of exemplifies this one man's survival and a whole generation of people, his family and his grandchildren now that exist because of his achievements.